Leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. Anyway, hey, here I am on El Barto. There's been a bunch of fire in Los Angeles. Big fires, man. The wind, some of the footage I saw, just whipping this fire around. Horizontal fire. That's my two words for it. Horizontal fire. Just blazing. We all saw that footage of the guy inside his house with his dog, just completely engulfed in flames. How scary would that be? How smart of the guy to keep every window closed when the worst of that was happening? Oh boy. But yeah, man, it's great on my thread today. Got both sides going. My thread's always been really interesting because I never separated the Republicans and the Christians from the, the Islamicists or the pagans or the radical anarchists or the virtue signaling corporate Democrats. I never separated any of those out, right? So they're all there. The virtue signaling corporate Democrats kind of took over for sure. They got big, strong, got going. And they're still there. They're still the main thing. There are a lot of the ivory tower, coastal people, elites. They think they're better. They still kind of talk like they're superior when they're talking to working class Americans. They have this tone. It's very insulting, very snarky. They're pretty much all over my thread today about climate change, bro. This really is climate change, okay? We gotta really make sure acknowledge, okay? Because this is not anything else. We can't say this is anything else because this is climate change, brother. These fires in LA are climate change, okay? So they're all up and down on that. They're not really making any points, or I don't know. And then there's some Christians, quote unquote, Christians on my thread. They're all like, here it is, Sodom and Gomorrah, get what it deserves, and blah, blah, you know what I mean? Wow, that's such a bad angle, too. What a bad approach. What you say when you see a disaster like that is, man, I'm really sorry, and my heart goes out to the victim, people that are losing their homes, their property, their lives, their health, to this catastrophe, this thing that's happening right before our eyes. And rather than to right away jump on it, politicize it, oh yeah, this is climate change for sure. So you know what, we got to make sure that Bubba doesn't drive his car no more. We're not going to say nothing about the frackers because we're completely idiot dupes to real corporate power, but we are going to make a big deal about climate change, and then what? It's vague. We don't know where does this lead? This big discussion about climate change. Does that just mean that you can't drive your regular car to Yosemite anymore, but we just keep letting the Gavin frackers keep on going? I think that's what it means, unfortunately, because they never define it. It's super vague. Climate change. It's as vague as Man Bear Pig was on the comedy cartoon skit. What was it? South Park. Anyway, it's as vague as that. It's totally freaking vague. It's totally lame to go throwing that around. Climate change. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. Say what it is. There's too much fracking in California. Gavin Newsom allowed too much fracking in the Central Valley and everywhere else, all up and down California. That would be awesome. That would promote environmental soundness, great policy. No, they can't do that. Can't get specific. It's just, vagueness, weirdness, and that's lame, and it's sad. And what if this was an eviction fire? People were seen lighting fires. So it's a super windy night in Southern California. Anybody who's lived through the Santa Ana wind conditions know, just like it's in the back of your mind, this is fire time. This could be like fire, right? So even though it's January, that's kind of weird. But there's this weird dry wind, like offshore wind, and you're like, yeah, man, I'll light a little match. Boom, there we go, bro. And so everyone knows that. So anyway, probably some landlords or people that are just getting frustrated. We're having trouble cleaning up the Pacific Palisades soon enough. A lot of old-time, long-term renters holding out there. What could be prime real estate. Can't seem to get rid of them. 60-year-old working-class people down there just paying a normal rent. I can't have that. What can we do? Fire, bro. Eviction fire. Of course. And that, the fact that LA doesn't remember the whole Zoot Suit riots and the eviction fires of the past. LA pretty much invented the eviction fire. LA pretty much invented like anti-homeless architecture. Everybody needs to read Mike Davis's City of Courts. If you want to know about LA, it's like it's always been a heinous land grab, water grab city. That's all it ever was. Just, hey, we're Hollywood, bro. We need water. We'll just get it, grab it. Just drain Owens Valley. Just fuck Owens Valley. You know what I mean? LA's always been that way. And I'm sorry. I lived there. I grew up part of my life there, and still have some fond thoughts about it. But it's also a weird hodgepodge, a kind of manifestation. It wasn't a natural community. There was never like a natural community there. Once the Spaniards kind of ran all the Native Americans out of there, or tried to enslave most of them, run most of them off. They didn't run them all off, but once the Spaniards went through, Hodo Paracera went through on his little slave run up the, what is it, Camino Real. It's a real road, bro. A real road of slavery. But anyway, once that was done, there's not much Native American population kind of thing. And then you got some like westward ho types, poor people moving from other parts of the country, looking for opportunity, miners, the 49ers, all that kind of stuff, that all went into what made LA. And then the 1920s, Tinseltown, blah, blah, water wars. Great. There's a book called Cadillac Desert, also a really nice book about Los Angeles. So yeah, there's some good recommendations for you. City of Courts, Cadillac Desert. But yeah, oh man, crazy day. We need to get plebes, working class people, man. We need to get back together again and quit letting these snarky dim turds run us, or be the commenters, or be the virtue signalers. We're better than you, bro. We're not, there's a thing going around today that's making me so angry on the threads, and it's basically what it is this big long letter to people who voted for Trump. And for one, most of the people out here in California, they don't even know anybody who voted for Trump. Most of them in the Bay Area, when I talk to the people that are really disgusted with Trump voters, they don't know one. So they don't even really know. They don't have an actual direct experience with an actual Trump voter. So that means they're just being completely manipulated by CIA-fed media. Whatever media I don't know, it's NPR or something. And they all seem to get the same sort of NPR, or maybe there's some really active guy on KPFA that day or something, but boom, here it is. Oh my God, here's my guy, Patrick Oliver. He's going to be reporting something like super Democrat, like Democrats are awesome and Trump people are Nazis, right? And that's where he's stuck at. He has no analysis of Raytheon or Chevron. Chevron is super evil. What they did to Stephen Donziger, we need to get back to that. That's some stuff that made the left kind of awesome when we were talking about corporate power, real stuff, you know what I mean? And not just always all you Trump voters, I don't even know who you are out there in the middle of the country. You guys all just need to go to hell. That's basically their attitude today. There's this letter today. It's so patronizing. It's so shitty. It's so snarky. Addressed to Trump voters. And it's not saying, hey, Mr. Trump voter, I understand, Kamala, the deep state, Biden, they look pretty ugly. They did some pretty ugly things, made a lot of big mistakes. I understand why you voted the way you did. Hey, I'm reaching out to you. We're going to create a new program. We're going to offer something. We're going to try to build a coalition or something. No, it's not that. It is not that. In fact, it's you're just an idiot, and I'm totally morally superior to you. And if you voted for Trump, you're this, and you're that, and you're this, and you're that, and I hate you. And what I'm saying about you is that you're stupid, and that's charitable. That's the way the thing is. It's what I'm saying about you is that you're an idiot, and that's charitable. Kind of suggesting that they're actually Nazis. They actually love just, it mentions all this shit that's not really happening. That's not really the scary thing about the Republicans now. The scary thing about the Republicans now is that they're the same as the Democrats, the corporate Democrats. That's the scary fucking thing about them. Palantir. War. It's not what Trump might change. It's what Trump might not change that's so scary. And they don't get it. People are just out of it. And I'm in my own lane, man. I have nobody. there's a few people at work that agree with me. There's a lot of people throughout America that agree with me. That are kind of like, hey, yeah, I don't really actually trust the Democrats or the Republicans. But somehow online, the algorithm seems to pump the corporate Democrats to me, man. I just get corporate Democrat, just duped idiot corporate Democrat bullshit in my face every day. I'm tired of it. But I respond to them because they're like my friends. They're like people I know. But it never goes well. Anyway, I'm hoping for the best for this country. You know what? We need to get back to organic gardens. We need to think of like community by community. We can't even really think as a country anymore, as a whole country. You know what I mean? It's not even really possible anymore, I don't think. I think we really need to focus like what would be good for like Aurora, Colorado. And Aurora, Colorado people need to say, what would be good for us are organic gardens in the center of the community where we have like an old person nursing home and a nursery right next to each other. So we're getting our elders and our kids together. We're getting back to old values. We're promoting a local food sovereignty, local food control. We're going to have chicken farms around us. So if the price of eggs goes way up, we don't care. We got eggs, right? We're going to keep the library open late, microfiche. We're going to combat the internet and the demonic mind control operation of the internet that's going on everybody's mind right now. We're going to combat that with print and with like real, media and direct contact with real people so that you could talk to people directly and then the internet wouldn't be able to call them Nazis in front of your face, right? So that you'd be like, okay, look, I'm not a Democrat. I don't really agree with you. Maybe I did vote Republican, but I'm not a Nazi, right? So you can see I'm right here in front of your face. So less interacting with each other through the filter of the evil AI, and more face to face. That's what we need, right? More people talking to each other on the phone. People need to get up and pick up the phone again. There's this guy David Kelson I keep having these weird go-arounds with. We're basically old friends. I think we agree almost about a lot of things, right? But he's got this snarky, he loves the Democrats, he hates the Republicans, he's kind of loves to gain this superior tone of, I know this and you don't know that, and haha, that's just the way we all are on the internet somehow. And, it's like I think if we could talk on the phone to each other, I think David and I would be like, oh, wow, I didn't like that, you did, okay, well, hey, and then we could kind of get to this place where we could kind of agree, or at least it wouldn't break down into horrible. I start posting stuff. I just start saying what I want to say, and he starts saying, well, can you send me a link for that? I'm so tired of people just posting things and not putting a link on it. You know what I mean? I could say something like, Henry Kissinger ran Nixon. You know what I mean? He's like, do you have a link for that? No, dude, it's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Henry Kissinger ran fucking Nixon. Get over it. You don't agree, you don't like it, well, whatever. You can argue against that, you're going to lose. Kissinger ran Nixon. Basically what I said on some other recent post was Anthony Blinken ran Biden. That Biden's a corrupt, manipulated piece of shit. And he's like, oh, I'm just tired of people blathering, posting stuff. It can't be substantiated. Well, you know what? There's C-SPAN now. You can watch footage, man. There's footage of Biden being an asshole. And anytime you queue up a clip of Biden from the past, he's an asshole. He was a real asshole to Scott Ritter in one committee meeting. I'll never forget that. Scott Ritter is so much more smarter than him and so much more knew what he was talking about. And Biden was just an arrogant piece of shit who talked down to him. Anyway, Biden's a piece of crap. He has been forever. And you either get that or you don't. I'm not going to send you a link. I don't care. There's a million links. He did the fucking crime bill. He locked up a bunch of black kids. He's a fucking racist. He's an asshole. If you don't know it, then you don't get it. We're not going to agree with that. That's okay. That's fine. You know what I mean? We're not going to agree on that. That's fine. But I don't know. It's where we're going. It's horrible. It keeps getting worse. I thought that maybe after the Trump won, that people could relax. Okay, Trump's a racist. I hate him. I'm going to call everybody racist. But, at the same time, I'm going to relax a little bit and just kind of get back to doing my thing, No, we're not. There's no going back to normal, man. The pandemic, all these psychological operations. There's going to be no reckoning. So, I got to go. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure something out. It's going to get better. I think it's going to involve more local community involvement, and we're going to have to do something about the internet somehow. We got a lot to work on.